chaotic, and it has changed my life. I've been a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Thousands most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. Listen, it's a lot going on today. Listen, before we get started into everything, I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day with your moms. I know I was supposed to come back. I said I was either going to come back Thursday or Friday, but I had death in my family. My mom's older sister, my auntie Roni, passed away earlier, towards the end of last week. My auntie Roni was one of my favorite aunts. She said it like she meant it. She gave no fucks if you liked it or not. She was a beautiful, giving, live out loud type of a woman. So I just want to dedicate this portion of the show to my auntie Roni. Rest in peace. That was one of my favorite aunts. And it was also my mom's birthday. And so I just needed to take a little time, some family time, because my mom is the youngest of 10. And after the passing of my aunt at the end of this week, now there's only, out of the 10, my mom is now one of 3. So it's kind of like a sad time, and I'm sure it's not easy watching your siblings go one by one. So I just wanted to make sure I spent a little time with my mama. And she's all right. She's celebrating her birthday. We fried fish. I made homemade succotash. I bought a watermelon and flowers. And we just spent some quality time together over the weekend while I was, keeping an eye on the streets to see what was going on, honey. So again, happy birthday to my mom, and rest in peace to my beautiful auntie Roni, honey. So let me light a cigarette on this, because listen, I've been noticing this a lot here lately. It's this little tete-a-tete has been going on, I'm sure, since the dawn of time. Listen, I just got off of work. I had to work today, so listen, I didn't have time to put a fabulous look together, darling. So it's just a cute little t-shirt and bust down, which I just washed this, by the way. Look at how fabulous, honey. Any girls, any of my synthetic hair girls out there, if you want to know the secret, Tresemme. Ooh la la. Only use Tresemme shampoo if you have synthetic. If you are a synthetic hair girl, only Tresemme shampoo. That's the only shampoo I use on my wigs, honey. And look at this. I've had this wig for years, honey. Anyway. So, I want to talk about aggravated instigation between biological women and trans women. Now, listen, I experienced this a couple of weeks ago. I've been seeing it a lot online. And a lot of people, it doesn't get addressed often. It kind of gets swept under the rug, in my personal opinion. But there's this thing that happens when, I'm trying to be politically correct. I'm just going to say, listen, y'all have been in the atelier long enough to know that when she lights a cigarette, it's going down, okay? So let me just say it how I mean it. What is it about a heterosexual man fighting or cussing out, or whether it be verbal or physical, assaulting trans and femme gay men? What about that gets y'all pussy wet? I've been noticing it a lot here lately, and it happened to me a couple of weeks ago at work. And I can't go into full detail because my job is private. But it happened to me a couple weeks ago at work, and me and this dude kind of got into it. And let me tell y'all something. I don't fear nobody but Jesus. Either one or two things is going to happen. Either you going to whoop my ass, or I'm going to whoop your ass. but it ain't no hoe in my blood over here. Okay? Oh, Jesus. Listen, I just ordered some mics, so it'll cancel out all this noise. Listen, we're gonna get better as the time goes on. I know it's been a couple of years, but give me a fucking break here. Do I not deliver the tea? All right. So, but yeah, I got into it with him, and I sat back and I watched. And it was like they were the women that were around were like, ooh, yes, ooh, yes. Like, y'all love to see a man get up in a trans woman or a femme butch queen gay. You love to see that. But let me tell you something, sweethearts. To all you women out there that enjoy that type of shit, if you encourage a man or passively aggressively instigate a fight between a trans woman and a heterosexual man, you are encouraging him to do the same thing to you. Because, see, this is what I think you bitches don't understand. And when I say bitches, I'm talking to a subset group of bitches. So this is one of those things that if it don't apply, let it fly. But here's where you bio bitches get it fucked up at. The war is not on us, sweetheart. The war is on femininity in its totality. I have said this 1,000 times, I know, on this show before. And it's just like, it's getting to the point where it's just like, girl, what does it make you feel more secure? Does it make you feel better to know that there are men out there who are willing to bash our faces in for no fucking reason? And I'm gonna tell y'all girls something else too. Y'all gonna get a lot of these men out here hurt. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My allergies have been killing me too. Y'all are gonna get a lot of these men out here fucked up. Because I had the girl tell me, well, I thought he was gonna whoop your ass. I said, well, it's a good thing you don't get paid for thinking, honey. I'm from Jersey. I'm scrappy, and I don't fight fair. I'm from the days of pick up something and crack a motherfucker. Okay? I don't know what you girls get out of that, but it's getting really tired. And then in turn, after it had happened or whatever, oh, you should have whooped his ass. Misgendering and, oh, you should have whooped his ass. And you know what ended up happening? They don't watch the show, I can tell you. The man who got up in my face got up in the face of a biological woman. Not even a week later. And let's just say, I won't have to be seeing his face anymore. And see, you guys don't understand. Again, it is not an attack on trans people like y'all think it is. That's what they want you to think. What it really is an attack on is femininity. Femininity at every cornerstone. And then it's like, these are the same men that take the top drawer out the dresser and go clear across your head with it. And you're encouraging him to beat my ass? Honey, y'all girls need to stop doing that. Don't let these new titties and this bust down fool you, honey. I will wear you and your nigga out. Because I fight bitches too. I'm one of them. If you put your hands on me, I will fight you. It's no question about it. Because listen, after the age of 8, if you put your hands on somebody, whether it be a man, woman, boy, or child, or in between, bitch, all bets is off. I just had to get that out because it's been gnawing at me all week. Because I sat back and I watched how that shit played out, and I was just like. And then it was like after the fact, like he was like this hot shot. Like, oh yeah, come on in. Yeah, there goes our boy. Yeah. And I'm just like, but I'm a tranny though. Y'all say I can't fight anyway, so what? But if I had took the fire extinguisher and made it his permanent nose ring, then I would have been the bitch. They would have been calling the police on me. That's how y'all do. Cause this is not my first time on the merry-go-round. I done been here before. Let me tell y'all girls something. Y'all gonna get these men out here hurt. You don't realize, like, a lot of you have made our life so difficult growing up at the first sign of a switch in our walk and a swung in our hearts, that we've always had to fight. We've always had to have a mouth. We've always had to have fisticuffs. So a man coming up to me and trying to fight me ain't nothing new for me, sweetheart. I am a black trans woman, okay? This ain't Dylan Mulvaney over here. This is Jaja from Jersey, Montclair, the South End, to be exact. Don't get it fucked up. And don't get it fucked up with any of these other black transsexuals out here either, because they will wear you out. Anyway, so listen, let's get into the first order of business. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to rant and rave real quick. It's been a couple of days. I missed y'all. Y'all know how I do. I run my mouth. It is what it is. You don't like it, don't watch. So let's get into the first. I don't know where I want to go with it because there's some heavy fashion stuff. This show today is going to be really political, guys. So listen, there's a Met Ball meltdown. It's only been a week since this year's Met Gala themed tailoring black style, and the footage and the looks just keep on going. When I did my review, there was a whole bunch of looks that I hadn't even seen yet that I was waiting for, but I wanted to come and cover it. I didn't really have a problem with anybody's look. I thought every black person on that red carpet looked absolutely amazing. From the hidden messages, there's this color of blue that Lupita Nyong'o wore that is I believe it's from the Geechee people. And I saw the girl explain it on Instagram, but this color actually believed to have spiritual protection over us back in the day when we were slaves and all of that. So there was hidden messages. Andre 3000 with the piano on his back. You know how black people have held up the music industry on their backs for all these years with not, struggling to get the recognition. So it was everybody looked amazing except Hailey Bieber. Girl, you could have stayed the fuck at home. But you know what? Her daddy is a Trumper, I believe. So, one of those Baldwin brothers, girl. But, after the dust settled of the excitement, there was a lot of outrage over some of the things that took place at the Met Gala. There is an Asian artist who Pharrell dressed. Her name is Lisa, I believe, or not Lisa, but Lisa. I thought Pharrell did kind of miss the mark a little bit with some of these looks, and I thought Lisa's look was the most egregious. I didn't even realize. I didn't pay any attention to the girls that had on bodysuits. Any girl that had on a wrestling suit, I was not here for it. I did not like Sabrina Carpenter's look. I did not like Lisa's look. I didn't like it. And I didn't realize that all of them were dressed in Louis Vuitton. But Lisa's look had Coretta Scott King and Rosa Parks and different women from the civil rights movement on the front of her panties. I didn't even notice this. Pharrell, why would you do this? And fashion is art, and art is meant to push boundaries. But I thought for the night, I didn't think it was appropriate. Get some of her people from wherever she's from, the pillars of her community, and put them on her patty. But don't put our people on her patties, girl. That wasn't right. There's a bunch of a few tweets that I saw that I'm gonna read here. I want to make sure I have them in order. All right, so this is by somebody named The Collectress. She goes on to say, and I quote, "This year's Met Gala exemplified how many white people act when they can't be centered in celebration. This year's theme, Black Dandyism, featured more research and commentary than ever before. Thanks not only to Met partners and sponsors, but also to educators, artists, and fashion professionals eager to share their knowledge and excitement. Despite this wealth of inspiration and information available, we observed several white stars typically engaged with the Met Gala's theme, divest or dismiss the theme." Um, I definitely felt that with Nicole Kidman. I definitely felt it with Hailey Bieber. Um, and there was a few others, but I get what everybody is saying. I understand what everybody is saying. And we've always known that there are certain white people, certain non-black people who just are not gonna, they're not gonna drink the Kool-Aid. They are not gonna give us our things. But what I want us to take away from this Met Gala, and this is really important what I'm about to say, all white trash bullshit aside, if we could learn one thing from this Met Gala, I said it in my documentary short about the Met Gala, entitled More Than the Met. If you haven't looked at it, take a look at it again. We don't need them. It's great that we can all come together, but we don't need them. And I think the overwhelming amount of donations from 3 black people, Tyler Perry, they said, made a huge donation. There is also a woman, I believe she's from Kenya, and I can't quite think of her name right now. She's in charge of a huge fashion committee, I believe, in Kenya, and I'm really excited. When I'm get a little time, I'm gonna really research her because I had never heard of her before. We don't need the validation of the whites. We are the validation. And I saw somebody say this on a podcast a couple of days ago, and they were saying it's funny how bland a lot of these white girls are, without the help of black stylists. And that, I mean, I definitely saw some of that as well. You know, I have some more tweets here, but I don't want us to focus on what the white people do, because white people are going to be white people no matter. It could be 2025, it could be 2085. The crackers are always going to crack. You know what I'm saying? It's always, the crackers are always going to crack, okay? What I want us to focus on is the black excellence that we exuded. That was a parade for us. No matter whether they liked it or not, we raised the most money in the event's history. We had some amazing black talented designers at the forefront. I didn't get a chance to mention Laquan Smith, Sergio Hudson, who dressed, I think they said 13 people. Pharrell, who dressed a couple of people, but he was there, and his presence is very much needed. Grace Wales Bronner. Let's not focus on what they do. Let's focus on what we have done. We have shown the world that they get it from us. They can't do it without us. And if we ever have to slip away, if we ever have to desegregate, then y'all know which side y'all need to be on. And that's not to say there's not amazing white talent, honey. John Galliano, Gianni Versace, darling, Donatella Versace, darling, Armani, Prada, we love all the brands, but we love us more. And that's what I want us to take away from this. Let's not harp on that. Because as important as it is to us to point it out sometimes, it's also a time to kind of like step back and just take it at face value and just don't even give it a response, because then eventually what they're gonna do now is they're gonna flip it. Oh, nothing is ever good enough for you people. And listen, most of the time it's not. Which is why I say there's a huge surge of fashion culture in Africa, in so many different countries in Africa. You know, we have options. And we are black excellence. We are the mold. We are God's chosen people. They can say whatever they want and do whatever they want. It ain't never gonna change. We the rhythm and the blues. We the hip and the hop. We the country. We the hard rock. We the R&B. We the jazz. We the pop. We everything. So let's bask in that, and let's not pick apart the evening, because I also don't want to take away from the black designers who just did their thing. I don't even know how else to say it. Everybody looks so fabulous. And let's also give it up for the white celebrities who did do the theme, like Gigi Hadid. She really delved deep and did her research for that look, honey. And she wasn't the only one. Nick Jonas, Priyanka Chopra, what's the other girl's name? I can't think of her name, but she's some sort of Indian. Her name is on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. Mindy something. You know, so let's celebrate the good and not dwell so much on the bad. Also, I have to apologize to Zendaya. Zendaya made a huge political statement. Zendaya's look was actually inspired by a painting that was inspired by Marvin Gaye's song, What's Going On. And it's a powerful statement to make, especially now. So, you know, sometimes you have to look beyond the look, honey. And fuck that girl that showed up in the same outfit as in the Party City version of Zendaya's look. Now, come on now. Girl, bye. Sit your ass down. Anyway, so I said today's show was going to be a little political. I have a project I'm working on, so I do need to wrap it up a little quick, but I will be back. I promise I will be back in a few days, at least by the end of the week. So listen. I had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today, but let's get into this. Hold on. I'm not even going to touch on that today. So, this is perhaps the most disgusting thing I have seen come out of the Trump administration. I knew he was a low-down, dirty scumbag, but I didn't know he was this low. And the incessant need to be evil to a group of people who have done nothing but brought good to this country it's inherently deplorable. So Trump has granted 49 white Afrikaners refuge status from South Africa on U.S. funded charter flight that arrived today. I'm not sure what state. Take a look at what he had to say for himself.
Black makes no difference to me, but white farmers are being brutally killed and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible. I have people that live in South Africa. They say it's a terrible situation taking place. So we've essentially extended citizenship to those people to escape from that violence and come here.
Hold on, there's more.
Dozens of Afrikaners who claim discrimination in their home country are heading to the United States,
Right.
where your administration is going to welcome them as refugees. Now, this comes as you've halted virtually all refugee admissions for people fleeing famine and war from countries like Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. I wash my hands of America. This is where Zsa draws the line. Because for you to sit up and blatantly lie, and you want to talk about what's going on in Africa, you really want to talk, you, Mr. Tariff Twat, really want to talk about what's going on in Africa? Let's talk about Sierra Leone. Let's talk about what's going on in the Congo. I saw a video of Africans, black Africans, digging for their life in a mud pit. Men, women, and children, hundreds upon hundreds, on top of each other, digging for diamonds. For Europe and America, out of their land, getting paid nothing. And I find it quite funny that it's the white South Africans that you want to save. Is this a part of the deal that you made with your husbands? You've got to be fucking kidding me. And fuck you, Marco Rubio. And fuck you, Marco Rubio. You are a sellout. You mean to tell me Marco Rubio, I don't even know what his title is, head dick sucker in charge, I don't know, and I don't care. But for you as a Latino to sit alongside this man, and for what? While your people who have helped build and feed this goddamn country for God knows how long, hell, California and motherfucking Texas belong to Mexico any motherfucking way. For you to sit up alongside this red belly renegade possum eating Big Mac swallowing cracker as he deports your people and sends them back to fend off all the atrocities that are happening in their country. The reason why they came to America was for a better life. And you, Marco Rubio, are going to sit next to this cracker and watch him send your people back and bring racist South Africans into this country? You are a poo-putt bitch of a disgrace to the Latino community. And they ought to, ooh, honey, you better be lucky I'm on YouTube. You are a poo-putt bitch. Your wife ought to be ashamed to sleep in the same bed with you at night. Your children ought to be ashamed of you. And all of you niggers, that are sitting up with that man, Eric Adams, Stephen A. Smith. Let's talk about Ross Baracus, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, my home state. A black mayor of Newark, New Jersey, the biggest city in New Jersey, was arrested last week and put in an ICE detention center for trespassing. And the Trump administration wants to suspend him of his mayoral duties. What do you niggers have to say now? Is it still blacks for Trump? This man is a government elected official. And you mean to tell me you built an ICE facility in the town that he governs over, and he can't come and check it out and see what the fuck is going on? Isn't that a part of his job? Not only did they arrest Ross Baracus, but they also physically accosted the young lady that was with him. I wash my hands of this filthy fucking country. There are a lot of good things that come out of America. There are. But for anybody that we voted in, who our tax dollars pay, for you to sit up and let this man do this shit, this is a slap in the face to the 35 years that Nelson Mandela has spent in prison. This is a slap in the face to the slaves that built that motherfucking White House that you don't even sleep in. You, Donald Trump, you are beyond a joke. It is past the joke. You are not intelligent. You have no class. And the white supremacy is so inherent off of you, it sickens me to watch you on TV. But who I'm more upset with is you motherfucking yuppies that's sitting behind his motherfucking ass and letting him do this. Not to mention, where is this land? Where are they gonna get this land from so they can restart their farms? Who is giving up this land? Because see, in apartheid, Africans were forced to give up their land. And you're talking about, oh, they're being murdered? Are you sick? I knew you were a garbage bucket ass bitch, but I never thought that you would take it this far. But what Maya Angelou said, once somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Ooh, my titties is lopsided. I don't have a bra on. This is, and for the rest of the world to sit around and let this happen. And you don't even know what type of attitude these people are coming with. They are already, I'm sure they're already feeling an emboldened entitlement. Are you trying to bring apartheid to the United States? I'm so bewildered that these people actually sat up in the room and didn't throw stones at this bitch. This cannot be the country that I've grown up in. It can't be. And I know apartheid. If you, I've talked to y'all about this before. There was a movie on Disney Channel. It was called The Color of Friendship. Go find that movie. It's on YouTube for free. It's called The Color of Friendship. Go watch it. And pay close attention to the white girl who makes her first trip to Washington, D.C. And the level of entitlement she came over here with. And the idea of what black people were that was in her head when she came over here. And you're inviting those people over here? Are you sick? I need our people. I need black people to really, really pay attention. It's time to stop playing around. I don't think y'all really. Then on top of that, another bit of news I heard about him today, the royal family of Qatar wants to give him a $400 million plane to replace Air Force One. And everybody's up in arms about it. Oh no, it's a security breach. No. Let him get on there. Let him have the plane. Because I don't know, since when was Qatar and the United States friends? Talk about a security breach. Go and let him get on the plane. Go and let him have it. I'm disgusted. I can't even. I had other stuff that I was going to talk about, like that girl, that snow roach falling out on Fox News. You see how? Let me pull it up for you. I wasn't going to go here, but let's do it.
Have to rewrite history because they had a failed campaign, they had a failed presidency. They put her as the border czar. She never went to the border. So this is about incompetency. It's not about ideology, or it's not about.
Oh my goodness. We're just going to get some help here for Cameron. Let me come back to Lydia while we get some help for Cameron.
So that was Fox News concubine Cameron Kinsey, spewing her usual round of deplorable, dishonest diarrhea. And the Lord just took the breath right on out you, didn't he, girl? Again, I thought we were protecting the women. He didn't even get up out of here. That man didn't even blink when she fell over. God don't like ugly. I'm just so discombobulated. Like, I am blown. I had a teacher. I went to Watchung Elementary School in Montclair, New Jersey, and I had a teacher from I think maybe 1st to 5th grade, and her name was Dion Ledford, and she was the first person. She used to push us really, really hard. Like, 1st grade, I was reading 300-page books. And she taught us about Nelson Mandela and the apartheid. I'm very well versed in what went on during that time. And those people that are over there now, they are not victims. I will never understand the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of it all when it comes to certain white people and how they could be the nastiest, meanest, sickest, deplorable people on the planet, the most aggravating, the most instigating, and still be the biggest victims. And still be so sensitive. It is something mental with white people that operate like that. Because it's not all white people. I'm so disgusted with our government, especially with Mr. Rubio. We've got to get it together. Anybody who sides with that man, white, black, Latino, or whatever, you really need to do some soul searching, because everybody is paying for your stupidity and your hate and your anger towards people who don't live like you, towards people who don't worship like you, towards people who don't love like you do. This right here, what he is doing right now, this is beyond. It is an insult to injury. I want all of you guys, I'm going to end the show here because I'm blown. I'm blown. I am blown. And I'm now, more than ever, I am seriously considering fixing up this house as fast as I can and selling it and getting the hell out of this country. I'm really considering it now. Because it is clear that we're not wanted here. And if they're not going to leave, then maybe we should. Maybe we should work out our infighting and really come together and really get the hell out of here. And let them fend for themselves. We need to create our own utopia. That includes black people. That includes trans people. That includes gay people. That includes Muslims. That includes the whites that got good goddamn common sense. That includes special needs people. And let these red bellies fend for themselves. That's where I'm at with it. It's time that the rest of us create our own utopia. Fuck it. Fuck it. Anyway, guys, I love you all, and I will be back for sure, in a few days because I have a lot more to cover, but right now, I'm emotionally drained. Ciao.